Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Allen Powell Show Tuesday night. I got a locked and loaded show for you with a locked and loaded panel. And so, listen, we got a lot to discuss, some big breaking news going on today. We got Demeco Ryans and Sean Payton with new head coach positions. Tony Romo might have said the N-word. I don't know how Tyler Huntley is named a Pro Bowl quarterback, but we're going to get to all of that, and we're going to look back at these AFC and NFC championship games. So, with all that being said, y'all get ready to lock and load with your boy and my guys coming up. Let's go.
Oh, Allen Powell. It's the Allen Powell Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powell Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Powell Show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Powell Show. Where we lock and load. Come on.
Once again, thank you again for joining us for the Allen Powell Show on a Tuesday night. Man, I got a locked and loaded show for you with some great guys. Making his debut, you can catch him every Saturday morning on the early morning podcast, and they get up early. And they ain't watching Saturday morning cartoons, okay? But you can catch him the best sports morning show in the business. Mr. Brandon Price from the Early Sports Talk podcast. Thank you for joining us, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, my brother. Thank you for that introduction. And yes, we rock together, man, on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. And so it's truly a pleasure, Al. Thank you for having me, man. I look forward to having a blast with you all tonight.
Once again, man, tell the people where you located right now, because this is major.
Oh, I'm not located in the United States. I'm formerly from Chicago, but I'm located in the West Indies for business purposes in an island called Guadeloupe. It is like not too far from Haiti, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Puerto Rico. And so I'm down here, man. I've been down here since August, my brother, and I love it.
Hey, listen, man, you just helped the Allen Powell Show touch Guadeloupe, man. So that's what's up, man. We go overseas around this thing, man. But yeah, thank you for joining us, man. We got a returning guest coming in. Y'all know this brother. Speaking all sports, Mr. Victor Legron. What's up, my brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on, man?
In the building. Last but not least, I saved him for last because, listen, man, this dude right here, man, he dealt with a lot last week. He even had to deal with me picking against his squad. So I said, you know what, man, you gonna get introduced last, and I'm gonna let you talk your talk when you come on, man, because this dude right here, Mr. KC's in the building. What's up, man? You seeing Mike Miller? Before I
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Before I let you go, I just wanted to say, man, listen, the energy that you came with last show about the Chiefs and how they was gonna win or why they was gonna win, it seemed like it came to pass exactly how you said it. It was like you wanted it. And it was like they wanted it. Hey, it seemed like y'all was in sync. I know you were a diehard KC fan, bro, but it was like the energy was in sync and how you did it. So I just say kudos to you, bro. You can talk your talk, man.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Super Bowl, baby. You know I was in the building. I just came back last night. Man, it was a great game, man. You know, so the talk now, man, is I think they discredited my team, man, and not recognize how great Pat was, man, with little what he had, you know what I'm saying, what he had to do. Cincinnati had a full arsenal, and we was down defenders, big defenders. So if you that guy, you got to take full advantage of that, and they didn't. I don't care about them penalties. I don't care about, because to me, I don't think that altered the game. The last one did, because it put us in position to actually kick a game, you know, a game winning field goal. But before that, nobody talk about the series before that. The defense stopped them. That's why they had to punt. And then they don't talk about the 30-yard return from a rookie,
right?
That struggled all season. They put the Super Bowl in that boy's hands in that moment. He returned it for 30 yards, and then it was third and 5 or 6. Pat picked the first down up. It was at the 44-yard line with 8 seconds left. Now, with a timeout, anything could have happened after that, right? You know what I'm saying? It could have been overtime, but I believe that Pat would have at least got another 6-7 yards and gave Butker a chance to for a 58, 59, 57-yard field goal. So, but you got the personal foul, man. You know better. He was a foot and a half out of bounds, bro. So I don't feel sorry for him. You supposed to be locked in. You supposed to be locked in at them moments.
Slime 21485 checking in. That's another guy from the early morning podcast checking in. Thank you for checking in on YouTube. I want to get to the guys and man, just give them their thoughts on the game. Brandon, man, I believe you probably picked this one right. I forget. I know we picked the games on your show. I actually got this one wrong. This is the first one I got wrong. But what was your thoughts about the game? And did you pick the Chiefs? I can't remember.
Yes, I picked the Chiefs and Eagles. I wanted to see a black quarterback Super Bowl. I wanted to see the brothers in the Super Bowl. And I just thought both teams, Philly and KC, were the better teams. And so basically, this game, man, was a classic, right? You got two dogs, two juggernauts, two heavyweights. Cincinnati, man, is, if you talk about a heavyweight fight, right, Victor, fellas, Cincinnati is that opponent. They them dudes. And they present hella challenges for any opponent. Kansas City just so happened to have Patrick Mahomes. That's the problem. And so with Patrick Mahomes, this performance right here, y'all, is an all-time legendary performance. This right here, what Patrick Mahomes did on one leg, it shows that when you doubt greatness, you foolish. The biggest reason why I picked Kansas City, Victor, was this reason. Don't bet against Patrick Mahomes. The only way I would probably bet against Patrick Mahomes would probably be because of Tom Brady. But other than that, I ain't betting against him. And no disrespect to Cincinnati, they are a great football team. The ultimate challenger that will bring you to the very limit. Yeah. And it's going to take some greatness to get past them. And as y'all see, it took that. On that 3rd and 9, Patrick Mahomes, the genius in him to run, use his legs. He used his leg the whole game, Victor. Until that one moment, he had to use his legs. And he just so happened to get hit by Mr. Osai from Cincinnati. And so him doing that, man, and putting them in field goal range and putting them back in the Super Bowl, putting them on top of Cincinnati, which is the ultimate opponent, one leg, it is all-time legendary, bro. And I tell you this, man, when you look at the resume of Patrick Mahomes, I know Tom Brady is the GOAT, but damn it, Patrick Mahomes is right there for number 2 for me now.
Hey, Vic, man, he mentioned something about the legendary performance. We seen Pat limping around out there. We can tell he won 100%. But this is up there as far as some of the top performances when it comes to playoffs and things of that nature, man. Talk about his legendary performance.
Man, bro, his legendary status grew back there in college, man. Like this is who the kid is. So when these rumors came out today about the Bears promised that they was gonna take him, I believe that because I'm telling you, man. People say, "Oh man, we didn't know he's gonna be this good, bro." I saw the dog in this kid in college, man. I saw it. I'm telling you,
he gave us signs, didn't he? He gave us signs, right, bro? He gave us signs.
I saw it, bro. I saw it. I'm literally, when the Bears traded up, I'm literally like, oh man, I'm like, this guy he didn't outsmart everybody. He's smarter than I think. I'm like, he's about to draft Patrick Mahomes and people don't even know it. That ain't what happened. So we finna move on from that. That man, bro, is what happened this weekend. I call poking the bear. Like Cincinnati poked the bear. Yeah. They poked the bear. You know, Burrowhead, and you know, Joe Burrow the GOAT, and he's, you know what I'm saying, he's the man now. He owned Mahomes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He owned the Chiefs. All that. Chiefs never responded with the trash talk during the week. Never responded with the trash talk during the week. They came out there and took care of that business on that field and let they play talk for them. And that's why I give them all respect. Well-coached team, man. Andy Reid has been under a lot of scrutiny in his career, but say what you want to, bro. Right now, he's probably the best coach in the NFL, man.
Yeah.
Probably the best coach in the NFL.
Yeah. Victor, one thing I do want to say, though, bro, really quickly, Al, is they both been chirping, right, KC, for most of the week. Between Kansas City and Cincinnati, which kind of led to it just being all what it was on Sunday. Jamar Chase out there talking crap, right, Victor? As you know, KC being a Kansas City fan, Chris Jones out there talking crap, going back and forth. You got Cincinnati
during
going.
the game. That was during the game. I was talking about during the week.
That was during the game, but it was trash talk prior to the game too.
Yeah, but that was more so on the fan. That was more so on the fans of Kansas City, more so than the players. I'm talking about the players on Cincinnati. They was real grimy. They were the ones saying this stuff, bro. Yeah, the players.
Right.
The players were the Cincinnati players were a little more grimy than KC players. KC players treated like men.
I believe that
it's strictly business. It was strictly business with Kansas City, bro. That's what I saw. It was strictly business.
I seen more Bengals trash talk and little than KC. Than
you can say that.
I did.
So
you can say that. The man even for Cincinnati got into talking trash for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, man, one thing shocked me in that game, and that was the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs. They came to play. And I remember we talked about on the last show, was the defense gonna do their job? You talked about the two rookie cornerbacks. Like that defense stepped up. Chris Jones dominated. We said it was a Frank Clark sighting. Like, talk about the defense, man. How proud are you of them, man?
Man, I'm extremely proud because like I told you last week, I said, man, I'm not worried about the offense. I'm not saying like, they just gonna dominate anything. I'm just not worried about them. Like, I know Andy Reid gonna have them prepared. I know Pat gonna do his thing, hobbled or not. Like, they gonna be, they gonna be okay. It was all about the defense because you going up against 3-headed, 4 or 5-headed monster with Burrow. You know what I'm saying? So Buffalo to me didn't take advantage of that offensive line having swap some starters out.
Yes.
So I felt like the D line, you know what I'm saying, had to come up big against these guys, and they did from the gate. I was there from the start, from the coin flip to the kickoff. But when we got that first sack, man, I'd have been to a lot of Chiefs games. I'd have been to hundreds of Chiefs games, bro. We got that first sack, man. That place went crazy because it was like, because even me, I'm like, come here, Joe. Come here, Joe. This is Arrowhead, baby. You know what I'm saying? So the first sack was crazy. But when Chris Jones got him, hey, bro, the ground was shaking around there for a sack, bro.
Yeah.
For a sack, like, because he hadn't had any in the postseason. So that was his first one. That was his first one against Burrow and at Arrowhead. You know what I'm saying? So it was epic, bro. It was epic. And then McDuffie, our first round corner, dropped an early interception that would have really probably blew the doors off. So them boys was ready.
Right.
Them boys was ready and prepared. I was proud. I was proud to see that as a fan because it shows our depth in coaching because our starters went out. A lot of starters went out on both sides of the ball.
Right.
And rookies stepped up.
I think that defensive line was the key to the whole thing. When you get pressure, of course, it makes the secondary better. So I was under the impression I didn't think they was going to be able to get that much pressure. Like, my goodness, like it was ridiculous. Like you can't do nothing if you ain't getting no time. So all that 3-headed monster ain't looking like no 3-headed monster when Chris Jones and Frank Clark in your face all day. Go ahead, Vic.
Yeah, piggybacking off what you said, going back to the Buffalo and the Cincinnati game. Yeah, they were missing Von Miller, bro. That's what happened with. That's why Buffalo wasn't able really to penetrate no pass rush, and they didn't blitz much because they didn't want to be out there 1-on-1 with their corners against Higgins and Chase. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. Their defense without Von Miller it takes a big step down because they're able to get pressure without having to blitz, and that makes it a different game. They're able to match up a little bit more. And they defense just kind of shut Buffalo down too.
Man. They defense. And Al, just give me a second, bro. You literally on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. You remember what I said? I said Kansas City defense has been suspect in the playoffs for the last number of years, and they defense let them down in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady. They defense let them down in the championship game last year. If their defense played how they played yesterday, Patrick could have more rings right now. And so I was looking at it as a big question mark, but boy, did they surprise and did they come out and play. You knew they came out and played when they was intercept. When I saw an interception, when I saw sacks, I'm like, okay, All right, this defense is setting the tone early, KC, and they were out there physical. They let Cincinnati know, hey, this finna be the tone all day, so get used to it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
They
sir.
balled
Yeah, we
out,
felt
man.
that. Like, like like being in the parking lot. Like the fans really wasn't even saying nothing to the Cincinnati fans, bro. And they was deep. Like there was a lot of Cincinnati fans down there, so everybody was just kind of, even me, man. I was just kind of, for one, it was kind of like, okay, they do have a 3-0 record against, so it really ain't too much to say, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, y'all got the upper hand right now. We gonna settle it right here in between these lines and in these stands, right? So I just kept myself reserved. I'm telling you, man. But once that national anthem came on and the home of the Chiefs, boy, it was on and popping right after that. And them boys was flying around, and they didn't want it, bro. But like I said, it still was a close game though.
Yeah.
Like they still like you say, bro. Like Cincinnati was still tough. Like they was right there. You know what I'm saying? But they had opportunity to drive on our defense, and they couldn't get it done. They had to punt. So they don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you get all the, you know what I'm saying, what the quarterbacks did, but the defense got a lot of luck because they gave us the ball back, and then a rookie, like I said, that rookie set up that 30-yard return.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
And
huge.
then they had a mental lapse in the penalty. Like, you already know that's a penalty. It's a quarterback. He already injured. He the face of the league. Like,
Yeah.
he's going out of bounds. What you touching him for?
So listen,
Like,
with you saying that, I want to get to that play and analyze it and try to see what's going on. What is it something he was thinking? So here's the play for people who didn't see it. Let me see if I can rewind it. Here we go.
I think it was adrenaline. He probably was getting there. He probably tried to even hurt him some more.
And he ain't hit. Crazy part is like he might have tore his ACL or something too to add insult to injury. But he didn't hit him hard. But just the fact that you touched him at all, like you can't do that.
I know, but guys, KC, Victor, Al, have any of y'all played football, like organized football before?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Okay, so if y'all play defense, your coach told you to kill the fucking quarterback.
Yeah.
You got adrenaline pumping. And the quarterback as a linebacker, which I play linebacker, that's my op. I'm trying to fuck him up every time I get my hand on him. And so Osai is just going off the traditional mindset, fellas, of being a linebacker. When you see that quarterback, you looking to unleash pain on him. And that's exactly what he was trying to do. He slowed himself down to try a little bit, but that adrenaline is pumping so much, and you are already mad to see him running. You see him get the first down, you pissed. That pissed you off right there. So you just shove him out of bounds just because you got the damn first down. I didn't want you to get the first down. I promise you it happened that fast as a linebacker.
But you know,
instant
rules have changed since when you was playing football, right? Like it ain't.
I know. But as stated, Al, it happens in a millisecond, bro. Just like an investment stock trade, it's just like that.
Yeah, you gotta stay disciplined though. He already got the first down. I'm just saying, you already know how they do with the quarterbacks anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no need for it. Like you could have just eased up when you was behind him. You didn't even have to touch him. You could have just ran right out of bounds right behind him. But hey man, that's state loss, bro. That's on them. They going home off of that, man. They ain't home off of that.
And look, it was too crucial part of the game too. Like, bro, you do this in the first quarter, cool, whatever. It is what it is. But you do this at the end. Vic, go ahead. What was your thought process when you seen that?
Bro, I couldn't believe it. I like instantly I came to social media. It was like he just blew it. He just blew the game. That was my thoughts when that happened. I'm like, if you look at your tape and if you watch the game, bro, you can clearly see how far he was out. Now, if he was a little bit closer to the sideline, I can see it. But bro, literally, he's way past the hash. He's like literally in between the hash and the benches. And he still put his hand, gave us nudge. You can't do that.
And Kansas City at that time wasn't in field goal range. Like they still had to do a little work. So you put them.
They would have had a 55-yard field goal at that point.
They needed that fit. They needed 15 more
longer
yards.
than that. He was out at the 44 initially, right? So that's like what is that? That's like a 62 yarder from that moment, but it still was 8 seconds left with a timeout. So there was nothing that, you know what I'm saying? Everybody like, okay, Pat gonna get it done. You know what I'm saying? Or at least get a few yards to give us a chance, right? So now listening to the national media today, they all kind of, you know what I'm saying, leaning towards that, like, oh, well, it could have went to overtime. Oh, if they didn't get that penalty, oh, this and that. Well, Cincinnati had them on the ropes, but Cincinnati didn't knock them out.
Listen,
it's a mental game. Like you got to lead the quarterback alone.
We
for
had
one.
Peyton Manning on the ropes in the Super Bowl. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Hey,
you know?
Yeah, right.
And we seen Pat Mahomes like do amazing stuff for like 13 seconds. Like, man, like he still probably could have pulled it out. So I'm not buying that it was automatically like they was automatically going to overtime. Like, stop it.
Right. They just trying to you know what I'm saying, they was mad because everybody I took a screenshot. All them analysts took Cincinnati. Everybody took, hey, I was taking notes like a player, you know what I'm saying? They all took Cincinnati, man, and Cincinnati didn't take advantage of us getting injured. Like our best corner went out in the first 3 plays. He was out with a concussion. Yeah. Then our linebacker went out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they didn't take advantage, man.
So this was the reaction afterwards. Cincinnati going in the locker room, and you know emotions are high, and a teammate goes in on I forget his name, Obasi, however you pronounce
it. Hey, as he should have.
Oh, not good. This motherfucker lands here. The fuck? Why the fuck you touch the quarterback?
Right there, you got a teammate going in like, why you even touching the quarterback? That ain't probably the best thing. I know emotions are high, but you can just tell like that probably ain't the best time to be going in. Like, he know he messed up already. He don't need
he on the sideline crying, man. Like, he ain't even in the locker room yet. Like,
that was overkill. That was overkill.
Yeah, come on, man. And on top of that, as stated, as I'm telling y'all, Al, linebackers are taught to be aggressive.
That was like in the coffin. That was the nail in the coffin right there. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I was trying to get Brandon to get his last thought in.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just saying, man, as stated, like, as a linebacker, you are taught to kill anything in your way. That's how you're taught. And so even regardless of holding back, that's just one thing. It's hard to kind of hold it back out when you're running full speed. You're instantly reacting. It's very, very difficult. And so he did it. But as a former linebacker, I can understand his terminology. But at the same time, I can understand how folks are like, he should have did this, he should have did that. But it's really, 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 really hard to do anything in a millisecond.
Brandon, hold on. We seen when quarterbacks are running like in the middle of the field and they slide and somebody's running full speed, but they know to pull up. They know to pull up in the middle of the field. He got the sideline and he a quarterback. So neither one.
I know, but the sideline is one of the most trickiest things. And so if you don't get him out of bounds, he could continue running. So you got to get him out of bounds. And you got to make sure he out of bounds.
He was going out of bounds, bro.
He
was going out of bounds. That because the time was ticking. The time was ticking. He had no choice but to go out of bounds.
He had took 3 steps in the white already before dude touched him. That's too many.
I
feel y'all. I hear y'all point, man. It's a sticky situation in the millisecond.
Yeah, I know you a linebacker, so you sticking up for the defender's mind,
right,
and all of that. So it's all good. But I want to get.
Hey, man, them boys going home, man. Hey, man, see them next year, man. They going home, man. Get them up out of here.
Yeah, and that game, what I was saying is,
go ahead.
Play by the guy, that was the nail in the coffin for Cincinnati, but they lost that game way before that because they didn't take advantage of a lot of opportunities, bro. Cincinnati blew a lot of opportunities in that game, man. I like to literally be up. The Chiefs' offense was stalling most of the game, and they couldn't do nothing. Yeah, the Chiefs' defense the Chief defense stepped up and shut that offense down. That was the game.
Well, see,
that
man,
was the game.
Man, Pat had to find, you know what I'm saying, other ways to make plays, man, with the other guys down. And young guys came in. What was huge was Pacheco on the check down. I think Pacheco had like 6 catches for like 59 yards. That was huge.
Yeah.
That was real big for, you know what I'm saying, for them. And Valdez Scantling, 6 catches, 116. Oh. Man, that pass that Pat threw to him,
Thank
bro.
You.
Oh my God, bro. Like I can't stop watching that play, bro. If you go back and watch that play, bro, he threw that ball on the rope, boy. The ball didn't move from the pocket, 3rd and 10. Like that's legendary. Man, that's a legendary pass right there, bro.
KC, bro, you literally hitting to where I was headed, man. We saw that pass to Valdez Scantling, but what about the touchdown to Travis Kelce too?
Oh yeah, on fourth down.
That pass on 4th down. Like This is legendary shit here. Like we can't sit here and act like this shit's normal. Like we can't just sit here as Bears fan, Vic, and act like Mitchell Trubisky can easily do that. He can't.
Right.
He can't. And so this is how you get to see the difference between the legends and the guys that are just kind of there. And you see Patrick Mahomes separate himself, because that's why I say, KC, Cincinnati was the ultimate opponent. When Valdez Scantling caught that ball out, the cornerback for Cincinnati was right there. And he was mad at himself because he like, shit, I should have intercepted the ball. I should have. But only Patrick Mahomes, KC, can fit a window like that.
Hey, Valdez Scantling balled out, man. You know, sometimes, you know, he gets the dropsies or whatever, but he showed up big. And I think, Mike, last show, I asked that question. I said, if they double Travis Kelce, who's going to be the one that steps up for KC? And Valdez Scantling, he stepped up huge. He stepped up huge in that game.
He did. Man, you know, as a fan, man, I really just been sitting back and, you know, I hear all the stuff like, you know, when they say, you know, we going to our 3rd Super Bowl and 5, like, that's crazy. Me and my cousin was talking earlier, like, bro, we were just happy to get a playoff game, right, in KC. We never got past the divisional round, you know what I'm saying, with Trent Green and even Alex Smith, right? We just dreamed about a championship. Like, bro, man, can we go to the AFC championship game, bro? Like, man, that's what we want. Now we done been there 5 straight years. Like, that's crazy. 5 straight years and 3 Super Bowls. Like, bro, as a fan, like, man, I can't ask for nothing better, bro.
Yeah, that's what a franchise quarterback gets you, bro. That's what an all-time great quarterback gets you. He gets you consistency day in and day out. He know how to prepare for a job, injuries or not. You get a guy like that, and that's what you get, bro. This guy's like 28 years old, man. He got 5 more. He got 5 more AFC championships in him, man. He got like a 15-year contract. Depending on how long his dude want to play football, man. He gonna be on top because, you know, as probably the physical tools go away, he done mastered the pocket at a young age though too already. It's like, you know what I'm saying, he's still like a dual threat. He don't have to put up 100 yards rushing to be a dual threat. When I say he buys time in the pocket as that dual threat, just enough outside time to look at the pocket. Like, bro, the way he can maneuver is just like, and his pinpoint accuracy is like, we've not seen this before. Like you said, this guy ain't just wake up and just like, oh yeah, I'm another quarterback. He different, bro. We ain't seen too many guys do what this guy do, man.
And bro, and I do not take that for granted, dog.
It's such a short time, bro. It's such a short time.
Big playoff losses, dog. You know what I'm saying? Even last year to Cincinnati. But it's like you right back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at, you know, not to just compare him to Brady, but that's that Brady type of stuff, boy. Like, even after a Super Bowl win or loss, he right back on the horse. They right back in the conversation again. If you doubt them or whatever, at the end of the day, they're gonna be right there. And I'm just so happy as a fan, like, just knowing that I know we're gonna be in contention, bro. This is not even exaggerating. At least the next 5 to 7 years, bro. And don't let that defense, you know, like, just really be dominant.
That should be you. We know y'all probably gonna be drafting defense in the draft, because, you know, but y'all front four balled out. But Vic, hey, I just want to say this, man. we on our way, bro. I think we got us one in Justin Fields. I just want to put that out there. I think we got us
one. We got us one.
Hopefully we can feel
maybe we get that. We get that KC and Bears Super Bowl, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and KC have to go spend our life savings to go to the game, man. We have to go spend our life savings on the Super Bowl ticket to go to the game.
I'm telling you. Hey, real quick. I've been peeking at them. I've been like this.
Right.
Looking at them tickets.
Right. Hey, I want to get to the NFC Championship game real quick. It wasn't much of a game, but I predicted this game right. I said the Purdy train would be over because on the road, this environment, this defense is a little different. And it pretty much ended after this play right here. Brock Purdy goes back and get his elbow hit. It looks kind of gruesome and torn UCL, whatever that is. And he's out for the game, for most of the game. Then Josh Johnson, he gets a concussion. Then Brock Purdy comes back in the game, but he can't throw. So it was over with pretty quick, man. Vic, what did you think about that game when you saw it? Who did you have?
Bro, literally I was perfect. I was perfect in the playoffs up to this weekend. I decided not to pick either of these games, bro. I just wanted to watch them in enjoyment. Literally, I just wanted to watch them in enjoyment. So I didn't really have anybody to win, but I kind of lean towards thinking the Eagles would win just because that home field advantage, bro. That's considered that home field advantage. And then their defense stepped up, and Trent Williams and some of these guys didn't really ball out on that offensive line for the 49ers like they supposed to. Now, I know with the quarterback going down, it changed the game plan. But even before that, they really could establish, even after that, you still should have been able to establish some kind of run game or something with McCaffrey and Debo or something. And that offensive line just didn't do it, man. Like, they was in the backfield on Johnson. They was in the backfield on Purdy. Like, literally, they blew that offensive line up, bro, from the jump. They blew that offensive line up from the jump. And it was just the game was over after that.
I think what happened is once the injury happened, they definitely became one-dimensional. And so it was like they know they couldn't pass on them, so they just loaded the box, and it just got hard to run. Brandon, what did you see in that game?
Man, so for me, it was, as stated, it was dominant, man. Philly, for me, y'all, has been the best football team the entire season. Philly, for me, has great depth. I mean, you know, Brandon Graham has been there. He's been there right since that first Super Bowl, but you know, the Bears, they gave up a big piece of us, right, guys, Robert Quinn. So he there on the other side. You know, you got great cornerbacks, man, James Bradbury, Fletcher Cox. We know what this man can do. You got Ndamukong Suh there. I mean, you got Darius Slay, man. I mean, these guys got ballers in Philly. And so this defense, you know, has been arguably the best defense outside of San Francisco all season. They have been very consistent the entire year. And they shut down San Francisco. They made Brock Purdy and Josh Johnson, of course. I mean, it wasn't even a matchup, man. But I most of all, what I really want to highlight, guys, is this Philadelphia offense. This Philadelphia offense, pretty much when Jalen Hurts plays, you got to admit, they look unstoppable. When he plays and he's healthy with this Philadelphia offense, they are eating, man. A.J. Brown, I mean, this kid from Alabama, man, we saw what he did, and he come right into the league, and now he's developed and matured. You got the back man that's been there. What's the running back, y'all?
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders. You saw the greatest in him 2 years ago, and to see now what he's grown to. Philadelphia, man, is the best all-around team, I feel like, in football. And so for me, I just feel Philly would just overpower San Francisco with or without Brock Purdy. It didn't matter because I feel like Philadelphia was just very difficult to stop offensively. And then defensively, they are very great and highly underrated. And so, yeah, that's just what happened to me. Philly, I just think is the best thing in football, man.
I think, now see, I actually disagree with a little bit of your take because as I'm watching that game, Philly was actually struggling a little bit against San Francisco. Once the injury happened, even though they put up numbers, it was because San Francisco couldn't do nothing, and they kept getting the ball back. Like they wasn't just going up and down on the field on them. They was able to run the ball eventually, but I didn't see like just a whole bunch of explosive plays. But they did put up numbers, but it was a little nip and tuck early on, the San Francisco defense was holding up pretty well. It wasn't no deep passes or anything like that. But Philly is a good all-around team, but I would still say they not as explosive as Kansas City. But Mike, go ahead, Brandon, real quick.
One thing that Philly could do is they could run the ball. They ran the ball very, very well with Miles Sanders. And I mean, it wasn't a lot of explosive plays. Outside of Devontae Smith, he had a number of explosive plays if you watch. It wasn't deep plays, but it was very, very, nice catches, few 25-yard catches, few, good yardage catches. But you balance that out with the run. And then on top of that, as you mentioned, not a quarterback. I mean, that's what happened in the game, bro.
Yeah. Mike, now that you done seen Philly win that game, what was your thoughts about that game?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I think I turned it off at halftime.
Yeah.
Because I was getting ready to go to the game, so like I had it on. I was checking it out. I mean, that it was a chess match early. Two good teams going at it. But then, once Purdy got hurt, I mean, it was just kind of like the Eagles just gonna run away with it. They didn't have nothing else going after that. To me, I mean, it was spite. I mean, I think they were just filling each other out. I didn't expect Philly just come out and just air the ball out or just go up 21-0 in the first quarter, nothing like that. But I just felt like, Purdy, man, he got hurt, man. So that's all she wrote. But this is a different monster Philly got to face next, though.
There you go. Hey,
I'm not taking nothing away from Philly. I'm not saying that they a bad team. I'm not saying, but I mean, they basically just skated through the playoff. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault. The Giants wasn't no match for them. And then obviously 49ers without a quarterback wasn't a match for them. So what was it, 38-7 and 31-7?
31.
So they feeling good, you know what I'm saying? And shoot, hell, they healthy. I mean, they ain't had to really play the whole game. A lot of their starters, they had backups in there.
Bro, literally from San Francisco, like mid-season, I was just sitting there looking at San Francisco like, wow, what if they had Justin Fields?
Yeah.
I started looking at them like week 6, like man, like what if they would have drafted Justin Fields last year?
We would have been perfect for them. He'd have been perfect for them.
And they outthunk themselves. Man, you traded up 3 first rounds for Trey Lance, and bro, he was so unproven against top tier competition. I'm like, you trying to reinvent the wheel, bro? Like, it's right there in your face, but thank them. Thank all of them. I thank all of them, man.
Did they do what we did? Did they do what we did when we drafted Mr. Trubisky and moved up?
Yeah. Them and the Jets messed up big time, bro.
Yeah.
Because the Jets
took quarterback.
Exactly. They took Mr. Trubisky too. The Jets just took Mr. Trubisky number 2. His name is, what's his name? Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Wilson.
That's Mr. Trubisky 2.0, man. At least Mr. Trubisky was a nice. Hey, at least Mr. Trubisky was a nice guy though. This Zach Wilson is a prick.
He a jerk.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Go ahead.
He was a jerk. He a jerk on top of being bad. He a jerk.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that, man. I think, man, Frisco done been kind of snake bitten, man. When it comes to these quarterbacks, man, they've been like one of the best teams. You know what I'm saying? And orchestrate. I mean, to put together a amazing roster. So Trey Lance go down. You forget about Garoppolo. Then went down like a few weeks later. Like I think Garoppolo could have manned them. He could have got them to the championship game too, though. I mean, he done got them to the Super Bowl.
It wouldn't matter. Yeah. It wouldn't matter, KC. With all them weapons, you just gotta plug in. You plug in and Purdy.
I'm just saying, but that hurts though. You lose your starter, then you lose your starter. Your backup starter, right? And he was your guy. So you almost lost two. You know what I'm saying? 2 starters, and then you bring in Purdy. Nobody thought, you know what I'm saying, he was gonna do anything from the outside. Maybe Frisco knew what they had in him, and it showed. Because their roster around him, to me, was just, he didn't have to do a lot. So that's why I thought they could have been in this game against Philly, you know what I'm saying, if he didn't get hurt. But hey, that's the nature of the business, man.
Go James Kingdom checking in on YouTube. Johnny was crying by halftime. That's he's a 49ers fan, and I just can imagine he just had a rough game today. I want to talk.
But I want to say really quickly though, Al, for that 49ers fan, you're in a real good situation, man, because you guys, it's just amazing to see like how Colin Kaepernick happened after Alex Smith. Like only San Francisco could do something like that, y'all. Remember Alex Smith got hurt? You brought in Colin Kaepernick. You saw how dangerous they were with that team and how they were right there at the brink of a Super Bowl win. And then you get Brock Purdy after Jimmy G, after Trey Lance. And so I'm just really interested, Alex, I'm sure we all are, what the hell is going to happen with this San Francisco quarterback process during the offseason? What are they going to do?
I told you on your show already. Garoppolo was
Tom Brady.
Easy.
Tom Brady.
You just said Tom Brady, though. So.
I didn't even hear the show, but everybody's been saying that. Like that's the perfect team for him. He don't have to do too much to be a game manager.
That is a perfect team for him.
Right.
I will say Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think Green Bay would trade him in a conference. But
nah. And then I don't think Shanahan would want him fool with Rodgers, man, and all that money, but he can get Brady for a lot less.
Yeah.
Man, Rodgers on the hook. Rodgers on the hook for a lot of bread, bro.
Yeah, he is, and he gonna get that bread. So the Super Bowl is set, and for the first time, I believe we're gonna have 2 black starting QBs in the Super Bowl. I can remember when black quarterbacks was looked at as they can't study a defense, read defenses, and they was looked at as a detriment to the quarterback position. Now we got 2 black ones in the Super Bowl. Black history coming up, and this is going to be Black history. I just think it's a great thing. Can y'all just talk about how the black quarterback has come from once y'all, from back in the day to now? Vic, I believe you probably are you the oldest guy on this on the panel?
Yeah.
So you probably got more. You probably got even more stories as far as the black quarterback to now.
Yeah, bro. I remember how the NFL played Warren Moon, man. How great a quarterback he was coming out of the Washington area. He had to go over to the USFL to play quarterback because they wanted him to switch position when he first came to the draft. He wasn't going to do it. So he went over to the USFL to play football for a little while. That's the first thing. Even our own Chicago Bears, we had a solid quarterback in Vince Evans. You know what I'm saying? Who, with that defense, who probably could have won too, but you know how it is though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like really Mike Vick was the blueprint, and then everybody else just been easing their way towards that a little bit more. Even with the white quarterbacks they starting to be a little bit more. They start drafting a little bit more mobile white quarterbacks, the Aaron Rodgers, the guys who can move the pocket a little bit. You know what I mean? See, when I say mobile quarterback, people instantly think, 100,000-yard rusher. No, that's not what a mobile quarterback is. It's the guy who can buy time in the pocket by moving his feet either way.
Right.
That's what it is. That's all it is.
And
now when you get guys like Lamar and what's the brother's name down in Cleveland now, Deshaun, and these guys, you know what I'm saying? Like they're knocking that stereotype off. Not only are they athletes, but they also score well on all these aptitude tests that you give these quarterbacks and all these guys. Justin Fields, these guys score higher than Tom Brady. These guys score higher than Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? But like we said, the time they always thought that guys were just good athletes. They couldn't play the position. So let's switch. If he's fast, let's move him to cornerback. Well, he's like Justin Fields. The way he played, bro, y'all know he'd have been a running back about 40 years ago.
Oh, for sure.
He never got a chance to play quarterback.
And we seen how Bill Polian tried to say that Lamar Jackson need to play wide receiver. He don't need to play quarterback. But Mike, you got probably the best black quarterback ever on your team. Can you just talk about what you've seen from when you start watching football as far as a black quarterback to what everybody's looking for in a Pat Mahomes type?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, man, I was a huge Randall Cunningham fan. Warren Moon, my man, Steve McNair. That was boy down with Tennessee, man. That boy was bad. And I heard about the guy. My wife's dad told me about Evans, the quarterback. He's like, man, Chicago had a black quarterback. I'm like, nah. So I looked it up. Hey, man, that boy was solid.
Yeah, he's solid, bro.
But they didn't give him the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because he was black, bro. If they would have gave him all the resources and all the opportunities, hey man, ain't no tell what he could have did because when
he would have been
I
the
don't
first.
know what quarterback that
Black
was.
quarterback to win the Super Bowl, bro. He'd have been the starting quarterback for that '85 Bears. We probably would have repeated because he stayed healthy. He stayed healthy in his career too. You know what I'm saying?
He was doing stuff like that then. You know, escaping the pocket, extending plays. You know what I'm saying? With a nice arm, and it was hard for defenses to. Yeah, it was hard for defenses to key in on that. Right. And not to jump off, but I felt the same way with the Chiefs back in the day, man. When we had Elvis Gerback, he got hurt. Right, he's on the cover of GQ magazine. I've never liked that guy. You know what I'm saying? As a fan,
right?
We inserted.
He went to Michigan, bro. So
hey, we inserted your boy Rich Gannon, and we ain't lose a game, bro, until he came back. Rich Gannon was sidearm. He was like, you know, you like, dang, look at this dude. Like he was getting outside the pocket. He was making plays.
Yeah, and he was one of the white mobile quarterbacks. He was moving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And just, you know, not to just harp on that, but man, once Gerback came back, we had the #1 defense.
Right.
And we get to the playoff, we lose at home 14-10 to Denver. Man, Denver, hey man, we shouldn't have lost to them. You should have kept Rich Gannon in there. So then in the offseason, we get rid of Rich Gannon. You can go back and look at that. When he went to the Raiders, we never beat the Raiders, bro. We was like, we won the MVP that year with the Raiders. We couldn't beat them boys, man. I was so hurt. I said, man, that's our quarterback right there. That's our quarterback right there.
Hey, Brandon
was the MVP. He won the MVP when he went down there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Let me get you in here, man. What is your thoughts about the state of the black quarterback? Where we at right now?
Man, I'm happy to see it, man. You know, we got to get our head coaches to catch up, #1. But we'll get to that a little bit later. Right, Al. But you know, as far as the quarterback, I think one of the things about they noticing about black quarterbacks is they're now really inventing or adding to that game on throwing the ball. Black quarterbacks in the past, as we know, have always been athletic. That's been their brand. That's what they've been known for. Athleticism, extend the play, but oftentimes they can't throw the ball, etc. But now that's no longer the narrative. The black quarterback can throw the ball too, and so it makes him that much more dangerous. We got to look at the MVPs, man, of the league. The MVPs of the league for the last, let's say 12 years, a number of them have been black quarterbacks. When I sit there and think about it, like this is really showing you where the black quarterback is heading in the NFL. And to think now that, you know, now the black quarterback is at the top of the quarterback chain in the NFL. And so I like where it's at, and I like where it's continuing to trend. And so it's going to be more black quarterbacks that come forward, Al. That's going to be, you know, doing what Patrick Mahomes could do physically on the field. So expect more of this.
Hey, and I'm going to say this. To me, I won't even say black quarterback, but mobile quarterback is the way to go. When you can make the defense account for the quarterback as a runner as well, you put the defense on their toes instead of just, it's 11 on 10 because the quarterback can't move. Like, that's the way to go.
11 on 11.
Right. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, all these boys doing the same thing, man. They all extending, you know?
Hey, Go James Kingdom says it's Mahomes black.
Hey, man, tell Go James Kingdom.
Black, brother.
His father out the game, man. His father darker than all of us on this panel.
One of his parents is black, you know, so
his dad, Patrick Mahomes Sr., the picture for
speaking of his dad, Victor, that was so funny that y'all see after the game, man.
Yeah,
his dad was saying I'm smoking on a Burrow pack. That's what I was saying. They've been talking. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a real rivalry between those two things.
After the game.
But look,
hey, I got a chance to meet him. The Chiefs played in Cleveland a few years ago, and we was at this bar, you know, where all the Chiefs fans meet up. So I just went to the bar just to, you know, give me a drink. I look over, it's Pat Mahomes Sr. I'm like, hey, what's up, baby? I got a picture with him and everything. Hey, and he was lit on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I say,
hey, Bro be kicking it, man. I see that he be kicking it, man.
Hey,
Definitely.
go James Kingdom talking about is Mahomes really black. I bet you if he get pulled over, he gonna be really black. I tell you that. No questions at all. But we had some breaking news today, y'all. Two head coaches, two new head coaches got positions. Sean Payton to the Broncos in a trade, and then Demeco Ryans get a 6-year deal with the Texans. I want to first go to the Broncos because from what I'm hearing, from what I'm seeing, sources and things, they traded a first-round pick and 2 second-round picks and the first-round pick in 2023. So what is y'all thoughts? And then, Sean Payton, they was talking about he was asking for like 20, 25 million a year, which is off the chain. But I just can't believe that the Broncos gave that much up for a head coach, for somebody who can't even actually play. Like, is a head coach worth what they gave up? Brandon, I'm gonna go to you first, man. What do you think about Sean Payton to the Broncos for that compensation?
I think it's silly, man. The Broncos, and we've said this on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, is a bad franchise. They have in the past given up a lot of draft picks. I mean, look at what they did for Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson ain't panned out at all this year. You had to literally get a first-year head coach, and he just went out there and made it a circus. And so the Broncos, them doing this, it's showing that they trying to be all in right now. It's letting us know, right, Al and fellas, that they really they saw this marriage being a good marriage between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. And so they doing what they can to go all in to make it work. I think it's a lot outlandish. They just better hope it work out, bro, because, I mean, the Rams, they went all in, right? But they went all in on a player that could play, though. This is just a head coach. So it's a big difference. And so I'm hoping it works out for them, but
I'm not.
They got to do something, man, because they got KC in that division. They got Las Vegas. Don't let Tom Brady go to Las Vegas with those weapons there. And then you still got LA Chargers. And so Broncos in a desperate situation now. So they've given up whatever they can to make that marriage work with Russell Wilson to stay competitive in a very competitive division. Very competitive division.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, he's coming to your division, man. What do you think he can help Denver? What do you think he's going to bring to the Denver Broncos? Y'all play him twice a year. You know what talent they got, and you know what kind of mind Sean Payton had. Do you think he can help the Denver Broncos, and what do you think about that move?
I mean, yeah, I like the fact that they gave up all them draft picks, so that, it kind of set their team back. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, go ahead and give up all them draft picks for a coach, man. Nah, Sean Payton is cool. He been sitting back for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? He been watching, watching everything, So I think he can bring some kind of value, to that. But I mean, to try to teach Russell Wilson that another offense, his exotic, I ain't gonna really say exotic, but maybe a highly detailed offense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are they gonna stay patient with that? So
yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, I ain't too much worried about it, man. Andy Reid and them boys, we got the upper hand on, on the division right now. Real quick off of that, I don't think Brady's gonna go to the Raiders. I mean, they got offense, but, man, Brady always been around a top 5, top 10 defense, and the Raiders do not have that.
That is true. Right. Vic, what's your thoughts about Sean Payton, man?
Man, it's the Broncos. Everything they've done the last couple of years, they desperate, huh? Jesus Christ, man. Like, woo, man, that's
I ain't cut you off, but they just giving them draft picks up like they ain't nothing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's just a lot, though, bro. It's like, man, I guess they feel this is what they got to do, bro, to compete with y'all and compete with the Chargers, bro. They like, you know what I'm saying? They got to try to stay relevant, you know what I'm saying, within that division now, man. It's just tough, man. I just don't see it working out, bro. They got to get better on the offensive line, and honestly, man, they offensive weapons guys like Judy they didn't take the next step like I thought they would, man. Like the team on paper, ain't the team that's sure up. I know Russ getting a lot of the blame, man, but they stink on offense. Yeah. I look at the entire offense, they stink, man.
Hey,
I like literally, they were one of the few offenses I saw in the league from top to bottom was probably worse than the Bears, man.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't. That boy Williams, they star running back, man. When he went out, they couldn't really establish a run no more.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes both ways. The offensive line was bad, but then when your star running back goes down, that made it difficult. Hey, but I don't feel sorry for none of them other teams, man. They spent the whole offseason to try to get to where the Chiefs at right now. Look at them; they all at home.
That's funny. Hey, Demeco Ryans got a 6-year deal from the Texans, and it's ironic, and it's mighty ironic that they've been under fire for getting rid of Lovie Smith. The interim coach before that, they felt like a lot of people felt like he didn't get a fair shake, but they end up hiring another black coach, but he's a younger guy. I think dude 38 years old. So it's like, man, but he get a 6-year deal. And so my question is, do you think he can turn around the Texans? I mean, they gave him a 6-year deal, so I believe he's going to have the time. But this is Robert Saleh and now Demeco Ryans from the 49ers defensive coaching room. He gets a head coaching job with the Texans. Vic, can he turn around the Texans?
Yeah, I think so, bro. I think so, man. The one thing about the owner, the show before that, the owner is willing to spend a little money. Now, the former GM made some dumb decisions, but now they hiring this guy. Though that's a good hire, man. Good young smart coach. Now, what he gonna do? He gonna build with the defense and this chance right here. He can get him a quarterback right out the gate. He can pick whatever quarterback that he wants to start on his offense, and then after that, I already know what he's gonna do. He gonna go defense.
Yeah. How many years you think it's gonna take?
They probably ain't gonna be relevant until about 25.
25. So that's about 3 years. 3 years.
Yeah.
Brandon, how long do you think he can turn it around, and how many years?
Yeah, I think he can turn it around. Thing is, I asked the question last week in the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. Remember the question I asked? I asked for the AFC South. Are the new landlords of the AFC South going forward, fellas, the Jacksonville Jaguars? And so it appeared to be that Jacksonville will be the new landlords of the AFC South going forward. But Al stated that Tennessee has a good chance. They are a quarterback away. And so you still got to keep in mind those two teams, right? If Derrick Henry's still there, if Mike Vrabel's still there, they're still relevant. Jacksonville was like the Bears last year, y'all. And Jacksonville went and had a strong-ass offseason and boom, they're in the divisional round. That's hope for the Bears right there for sure. And so with the Texans, Demeco Ryans, shout out to the Texans, y'all, because they fired David Culley. I'm like, what the hell? He was turning it around. Lovie Smith. Okay, again, really? You really didn't give him a fair chance either. But they said, all right, we know we're a trash organization, all right? We know y'all been talking about us and how much of a trash organization we are. We're going to give Demeco Ryans 6 years, okay? So therefore, to the public, it'll look like we're just getting rid of black quarterbacks as head coaches. All right? So good thinking, Texas organization. On the other hand, like you say, Victor, they got to start out with a quarterback. Davis Mills is booty cheeks. That boy is terrible. I mean, literally, he is so bad, KC, to where you just let him play because you like, hey, let that boy go out there and play. He's going to get us the first round pick. Just let him play. He going to get us the first round pick. But shout out to Lovie Smith, man, for looking out for us. That's my dog, Lovie. My dog, Lovie. Looking out for us. You know what I'm saying? We got the number one pick because of Lovie. So, I love Lovie, man. But on the other hand, yes, Texas got a chance to turn this around because they got a very, very sharp defense. They got a strong secondary, bro. And they linebackers are dogs. They got a great running back. Yes, that boy is a dog. Brandon Cooks maybe hopefully stay around there and be the one veteran in the locker room. They can build, but the thing is I don't know how far they can really, really go in that division with Jacksonville being the landlords and then Tennessee just needing a quarterback. So I don't know. I don't know if he can turn that around.
I agree. because we were like we said with Patrick Mahomes, just talking about when you draft that elite quarterback. That's what happened with Jacksonville like that. They get Trevor Lawrence. Now he hasn't proven to be this elite quarterback yet, but everything is there for him to be good. Everything is there for him to be good.
It's pointing up.
So,
Mike, what you think about Demeco Ryans hire?
First off, you know what I'm saying, I like that, you know, that a brother, you know what I'm saying, got an opportunity to coach, you know what I'm saying, the NFL team. That's one. But the 6 years, I mean, are they really gonna let that, let that contract live out? That's the only thing I don't like about these NFL the NFL teams. Only team that get a coach's opportunity to turn around has been Tomlin out there in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Like he been there 15, 16 years. You know what I'm saying? These black coaches get the job, right? I think it's a good PR move, right? But then soon something bad goes down, they getting them out of town.
Quick.
And that's the part that I don't like. So
Jim Caldwell got fired after 10 wins, didn't he?
Right. I hope he
got fired after 10 wins by the Lions, right?
And Lovett got fired after 10 wins.
Lovett Smith got fired by the Bears after 10 wins, right? Yeah.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I don't want to play the race card and all that, but it's right there in your face, man. The brothers ain't getting the opportunity to actually put the stamp on their teams. You know what I'm saying? It takes a few years. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a few years. But now,
the key guy, when they do like a Mike Tomlin, this is what you get. You get longevity. You get a 15-year run where this is the first losing season this man ever had as a coach in 15 years.
Shit, I don't even think it was a losing season.
No, it wasn't no losing season. He has no losing season still.
Nah, he was.
They
finished 9-8.
For the most part, he's in the playoffs every year.
Oh, well, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, even though teams been bad,
they were like they were 9-8.
Still find a way to win 8 or 9 games. Like that's crucial. Like if you just a bad team, I mean, you're not winning 8 games. Or if you're a bad coach team, you're not winning 8 games, bro. So I give a lot of credit to Tomlin. One coach that I was mad. I mean, he was in the division, but they didn't give him a fair shot. Was from the Chargers. Was Lynn.
Yeah,
man. Lynn, they was coming
good
along.
System there.
Man, they was coming along. They was knocking on the cheek. They was giving us problems, and then they swap him out and bring in this guy, and it's the same results or worse. Like they was losing games.
Worse.
The Chargers wasn't losing games with him like that.
And we know it don't.
They win a divisional round with Anthony Lynn. Remember, we thought they could go to the AFC Championship or a Super Bowl with him. 2 years.
Yeah. It don't take much for the black coach. I tell you that.
And real quick,
I really thought they was gonna battle Kansas City for the division hard, man. The Chargers.
They had a good identity. Yeah, they were a tough team.
Yeah, when they bring in those the black coaches, man, and then they got a good young quarterback. They give them like 1 or 2 years, bro, and then if they don't turn around,
get him out for a white guy.
They get him out for a white guy. Then now the quarterback is flourishing.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like it's publicity, like y'all say, fellas. It's like it's publicity. You get the black guy in there, bring in some toughness, bring in the pieces, bring in the whole puzzle, but then you get rid of him when anything happens. Then bring the white guy in. And all of a sudden, he's just benefiting from the team that the black guy built. How many times we have seen that in various sports?
Yeah.
Various sports. Black guy builds the team, white guy goes in and get all the credit. Voila.
Hey, don't get me started on that because I go back to Golden State and all that. But we ain't even gonna go there. That's a conversation for another day. But look, we didn't went past the time. I ain't get a chance to get to a couple of topics. Maybe we can hit it on the next time. But we about to get up out of here, man. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube, please do that. Follow us on Facebook, IG, TikTok. Y'all see the merch. My man Vic got his merch on. I got my long sleeve on. If you want to purchase shirts, message me. We ship long distance hoodies and all that good stuff. I want to thank my brother Brandon Price from the Early Sports Talk.
The Early Morning Sports Talk podcast.
Yes, a long name. Long name. Yeah, catch them every Saturday, 7 a.m. Central, 8 Eastern, and
9 Atlantic.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna have to check that out, man.
Yeah, Guadalupe, fellas. Guadalupe, beautiful island, man. And yes, 9 a.m. Oh, it's 9 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time. I ain't know it existed, fellas, until I moved here. I'm like, damn, it's an Atlantic Standard Time. I'm like, yeah.
Gotta set my alarm.
Hey man, we just need to take the Allen Powell show to come down there and do it live down there.
Hell yeah, I'm with it, man. Y'all will love it here, man. And there's some beautiful women in Guadeloupe. I mean, it is just like this whole island, man. It just shows you God's creation in so many different ways. And you begin to see and appreciate so much. I guarantee every single one of you fellas, y'all got, every single one of you got a twin down here. That just shows you just how powerful this is. Y'all got a twin down here. Just FYI.
Do your wife watch the show?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say you complimenting them women.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Hey man, everybody's beautiful down there.
She is one of them, man.
Beautiful.
No
Everybody
doubt.
beautiful down there, man. It's a beautiful place.
My brother, way to clean that up.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Mike and Vic, hey man, I appreciate y'all brothers, man, for jumping on as always.
Always, baby. Let's go, Chiefs. Thanks for
the invite, bro. Thanks for the invite, bro. I appreciate it, man. You know, I always
fun, man. It's a great time, bro.
Let's go, baby.
All right, y'all. We about to get up out of here. We'll catch y'all next week. We out.
Peace.
Allen Powell.